What's going on, everyone? Chris from PickDogs.com here with your morning show. We are showing up every single day, giving you guys some free pick winners. Today we got nice card. Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. I got Ron Romanelli with me. I got Brad Francis with me, our normal Tuesday crew. Well, at least Brad is. Ron had to fill in Jay. Dealing with some stuff behind the scenes, but I'm sure he'll be back, talking about John Calipari and the Orlando Magic and the NBA and all that other good stuff. I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, Ron, how's it going?
Yep, Jay's in hiding because he doesn't want to face the music about the Arkansas Calipari boys and the absolute bludgeon that they took on Saturday. I think the largest lead was 35 points or so for those Gamecocks. Just ugly, ugly stuff. Arkansas, it's a must-win situation tonight, in my opinion, now on the road, but I don't think they get that W. But it's looking solid card in college hoops. We got some more conference tournament games and some nice regular season matchups that are going to affect seeding and the bubble itself for the NCAA tournament.
Brad, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Can't complain. Coming off a nice sweep yesterday. And yeah, like Ron said, things are really starting to heat up. Well, we got the Sun Belt Conference tournament starting today, I believe. Sun Belt's going to be fun. The top of that conference it's pretty loaded. So I think it's going to be a good conference tourney. Good to get that started off today. And yeah, a lot of great stuff. Things are starting to heat up. So I'm ready to go over it. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, doing all right. That my play of the day got clipped yesterday at Northwestern plus 3.5, which looked good for a second. Down 14 with like 2 minutes to go, and then some idiot that not even going to remember his name from Northwestern decides to pull an intentional foul. Bad enough that Napoleon Dynamite ripoff Nick Martinelli decides that he's going to try to go into the lane and, decide to cough up the ball. But then, like I said, you decide the rule number one, always go for the ball. Don't wrap up the guy. They all know you're going to try to foul, but at least make it look like you're going for the ball. Don't just wrap the guy up because they're going to call that an intentional foul every time. And then, chaos happened, and then missed out on the cover by a half point. But I'm not going to call for the kid's scholarship. No, not at all. Because he needs it. How stupid he was for committing that intentional foul. Anyways.
You've attacked too many universities this year, Ruffalo.
Nah, they can all come at me. It's not like I'm going to get in there anyways, so it's not like they can cancel my application. There's some teams that deserve it. What are you talking about? San Jose State.
I like San Jose State.
I know you do. They're my toxic ex. I just can't get rid of.
I like fading them.
Yeah, you're like 3-0 on games where I'm like I'm on San Jose State and you're not.
Yeah, I picked the right time because I really haven't looked at San Jose State games until recently, and it's for good reason because they've been one of the best cover teams in the country.
Yeah,
not anymore.
They play tonight, right?
Yep, yeah, they sure do.
Oh, damn, they're getting 15.5.
Might not be enough.
No.
Yeah.
What else happened last time? I'm just pulling up the
Yeah, I feel like NBA, nothing really too crazy. I feel like everything that should have happened. Sixers are still ass. Warriors played well. Grizzlies, Hawks. That was kind of a surprising one with the Hawks picking up a dub on the road there. Grizzlies really haven't been looking the same as they were in the beginning of the season, but I still think they're strong.
Now Kyrie Irving out for the season.
That's falling in Dallas. Everything's going wrong. And
pray for Dallas.
Now they have going on. I can't believe Shea has 4 50-point games in his career, and they're all this season.
Yeah. MVP for sure, right?
It has to be. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anyone else.
Yeah. Trying to see if. Yeah, it's got to be Shea.
Yeah, like I said, nothing's coming to the top of my head where if anything would make sense for it to be anything else. But
yeah, he's the big favorite. But Jokic is not too far distant, so we'll see. They can make a run, but it's really down to them too.
It's pretty impressed with Kansas last night.
The odds.
Somewhat close.
Was that more about Kansas keeping it close, or about Houston kind of just going through the motions? They've already clinched the Big 12 title.
Yeah, that's fair. A lot of defense in that game. I was on the under.
Yeah, SGA minus 650. Jokic plus 500.
Yeah. That's SGA all day.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if anything else. Is Duke like one of the like? Is it Duke or nothing now for the national championship after yesterday? I mean,
they're disgusting.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was watching that game. I was like, oh god, here comes the Wake Forest run in the second half, because they did that last time they played. They went on like a 24-3 run to start the second half, and then I blink and it's like they're up by 37.
Yeah.
Like, oh. Now here's the question: does Cooper Flag run it back?
I don't think so. I mean, if I'm him, just get the money. Well, he's already getting paid. I forgot. It's a new time in college basketball, but I don't think he does. I'm trying to think if there's been like a number one prospect like that has ran it back. Like a clear number one.
Yeah, that doesn't happen too often in the modern era. But in Duke's case, I mean, they are winning by margin, but they've only played 5 top 20 KenPom teams all season. So we got to remember that strength of schedule. It definitely looks nice on paper when you're beating Miami 97-60 and Virginia 80-62. But teams like Auburn and Florida, they played 10 plus top 20 teams. So we'll see if that matters in the tournament.
Well, I mean, Duke does have the head-to-head win over Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
They do. People forget.
But again, that was at Cameron Indoor. So if you put on a neutral floor, you still get the same result. But
was that game? What was the score of that game? Was that close?
84-78.
84-78. Okay.
If I'm Cooper Flag, I'm running it back because I don't want to play for Washington.
That's a good point.
I'm trying to dodge that as much as I can. If I go back to Duke for one more year and then Washington gets the first overall pick again, it's like, okay, well,
running back again.
The universe has decided my fate. I could dodge it 1 year, but I can't keep wasting time.
Yeah. I got to ask you guys, since the Sun Belt is starting today, do you guys got any sleepers there?
I think that the format of that tournament prevents anything from like a sleeper.
Yeah. I think
if you're one of these first 4 teams that are playing, you have to win 7 games in 7 days.
Damn. Kind of like Texas State a little at plus 2,500, but I feel like it's probably going to be one of those top 3 teams: Arkansas State, South Alabama, JMU.
Yeah. I really don't love the Sun Belt this year. None of those teams, I don't think. I think the winner of the Sun Belt is going to be a one and done. I don't think they're going to be a dark horse in the tournament.
Yeah.
But
if I had to lean, I think I would lean Arkansas State.
That's where I was probably going to go. Arkansas State.
But so far, my favorite conference tournament champion is Gonzaga at minus 125. Love it.
Arkansas State's the 4 seed, but they're the conference favorite. The betting favorite.
Oh, they are?
Plus 200. You got plus 200 for Arkansas State, plus 280 for South Alabama, plus 350 for Troy, plus 380 for JMU, and then it jumps up to App State at plus 1,500. Marshall plus 2,200.
Yeah, I don't think any of those teams make noise in the tournament, like Ron said, but I think the tournament itself is going to be fun just because how competitive those teams are at the top.
It's usually one of the more unpredictable tournaments.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's a lot of, 4 teams with the same record in conference play at the top. you don't see that a lot. You see usually a team it's far and away the best, but I think it could. It's why the favorite's only plus 200. So
You guys been enjoying the A-Sun so far? I know Chris loves the A-Sun.
Oh man,
I was on the
I think
under.
nothing sums it up better than that Austin P game, where you have a coach wearing basically, a camo get up, and then 30 seconds later you pan to a player and he yaks all over the floor, and it's like, yeah, that's the A-Sun.
Let's say something for you for sure.
Yeah, there you go. That's Austin P, Eastern Kentucky. That's exactly what I want to see.
Yeah.
Now it's early conference tournament action. I mean, what else can you say, right? I mean, it's the smaller conferences. Once we get into, the big boys next week, that's when I think it'll really, sink in sort of what we have. But I don't know, I'm trying to think if there's going to be another exciting conference tournament. I mean, obviously you could say the SEC because of how good the SEC's been this season.
Big 12 is probably going to make some noise as well. But yeah, that SEC tournament's going to be nuts.
I'm trying to just look through, see if there's any other conferences that I think could be. I think the Summit League might be interesting. The Summit League feels as wide open as it has in some time. I mean, when Omaha wins your regular season title, it's probably a.
And they've got to be like, what, fifth in the odds to win that tournament?
Let's see. Summit League. Omaha's fourth, plus 450. Okay. So right now it's St. Thomas at plus 225, who I'm pretty sure is still ineligible. North Dakota State plus 260, South Dakota State plus 300, Omaha plus 450. Then you get into everybody else. South Dakota plus 2,200, North Dakota plus 3,500, Kansas City plus 4,000, Denver plus 5,500, and BJ Bob plus 20,000. I think Arch Madness might be interesting as well. I like the Missouri Valley this year.
Yeah, it's always a fun one. I like those types of conferences because while the SEC, you have all the great teams, usually the champion of that is already going to get that large bid. So I like to see the conferences where a team that was not going to make the NCAA tournament can get their automatic bid and win their conference. And, sometimes it's the first time in school history, like Stetson last year in the A-Sun. It's interesting. Like you look at the MAC, Akron's obviously the big favorite to win that conference, but I could see a Miami, Ohio, maybe even a Toledo make a run and, steal that spot away from Akron. So that's usually what entertainment wise, those are the more fun conferences to watch and tournament wise.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The MAC's going to be fun. Yeah, it just means more for those little conferences.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes we see a Georgetown go on a run in the Big East when I think they had a losing record, and then they make the tournament, and then they went on a Cinderella run in the tournament. Those are fun, but SEC, it's probably going to be Auburn or Florida, Alabama. It's more than likely not going to be Vandy or something like that. So,
yeah, then the ACC, they don't even really need to play the tournament. I mean, Clemson maybe. Clemson's really damn good, actually, but Duke probably gets the revenge at some point in that tournament.
I would give up on Louisville either.
Yeah, you do love your Louisville. They're nice. They're nice. They got a crazy cover on Saturday. I don't know if you took them on Saturday.
Oh, I did on the bank shot breakdown. Yeah,
that was sketchy. I stopped looking at the score. I looked. They were up 11. I was like, all right. I don't know how we won that one, but I'm fine with it. Shout out the Cardinals.
Yeah, the SoCon looks interesting too. 6 teams in the Southern Conference, plus 750 or shorter to win the conference tournament. Chattanooga plus 270, Sanford plus 330, UNC Greensboro plus 380, Wofford plus 500, East Tennessee State plus 600, and Furman plus 750. So that's going to be a good one. That's going to be Wide open.
Every
But-
conference you go look at and get a little bit fired up about,
Yeah, there's a
Even
few of them.
Yeah.
But let me see. How does this college hoops card break down today? All right. So what do you guys say we get into it?
Do it.
All right. We've got, starting at 6 Eastern for college hoops, we've got New Hampshire and Bryant. We've got Georgia, South Carolina, UMass, Lowell, and Maine, Detroit Mercy, Northern Kentucky, Green Bay, Oakland, Holy Cross, Lafayette, Lehigh, Loyola, Maryland, LSU, Kentucky, NJIT, Binghamton, St. Louis, Dayton, Bowling Green, Northern Illinois, Akron, Toledo, got Kent State, Western Michigan, Central Michigan, Ball State, Albany, Vermont, Miami, Ohio, Buffalo, Rutgers, Purdue, Eastern Michigan, Ohio, got Miami and Georgia Tech, VCU, Duquesne, Creighton, Seton Hall, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, and Memphis, UTSA, basically up to 7 o'clock Eastern. Or sorry, the end of the 7 o'clock Eastern time slot. Ron, anything like here?
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the conference tournament games. I talked about them on the Bank Shot Breakdown. I like Northern Kentucky in a blowout. I think Detroit Mercy, we know it's been an improved season compared to last year, but still, I think the weakest team in this conference and one of the weaker teams in Division One. They're just not playing great basketball down the stretch on the big losing streak. Last game, 22-point loss. I think we see NKU win in a big way. I think almost 20-point victory for the Norse. I think Green Bay keeps it close with Oakland like they did in the final game of the regular season. I'd take the points with Green Bay. I think Oakland finds a way to win, but Green Bay covers. I'm going to take Kent State, lay the points on the road. It's been a weird season for Kent State, but I do think they're still one of the better teams in the MAC. Western Michigan's been a solid dog, but they've not played well against the spread at home this year, just 4-9. So I think we see a loss there. I'm going to take, let's see. Seton Hall, I took on the Bank Shot Breakdown. I like the Pirates plus the points. I'm not big on Creighton this year. I've been in the past, but this season just don't think they're as strong, as talented as teams we've seen. And I think Seton Hall's shown they've been pretty competitive in recent games. I think their defense is good enough to keep it within single digits and cover the number, playing with revenge at home. So give me the points with Seton Hall.
Brian, what do you like here?
Yeah, I'll look at this Coastal Carolina Southern Miss game. I'm going to take the under in this one. I took the under. What game was that yesterday? It was one of those conference games. Let me check real quick. Oh, yeah, Kings FGCU. I took the under there. I like in these first round of these tournaments, just taking the under. Just kind of a system play for me. I'll be doing it in all the conferences. Typically these teams just kind of pick it up on the defensive side of the ball when we start off conference play. So I like the under there. Give me South Carolina minus a point. I kind of see this line moving towards Georgia, but look, Georgia's hot right now. You pick up that win against Florida, then you go into Austin and pick up that win against Texas. That win against Texas was their second row win of the season. Let's see you win another one. I think there's a reason why this line is favored towards South Carolina. South Carolina hasn't been great, but like I said, I think this line tells you what you need to know there. Purdue, I'm going to take Purdue over Rutgers. We don't have many more opportunities to fade Rutgers this season, so I'm going to take the last couple of opportunities we have. I mean, this Rutgers team, it's been a disappointing season to say the least. I think Purdue probably shoots them out the gym here. I don't trust Rutgers defense to get enough stops to keep this one close. And then give me Kentucky. I'm going to lay the points here. Kentucky coming off that tough loss against Auburn this weekend. I think it's a perfect bounce back spot at Rupp Arena, playing, in my opinion, the worst team in the SEC at this point. So I think they put a beating down on LSU.
Yeah, I'm going to look at South Carolina as well. We just saw this sort of same situation with Arkansas. They picked up a couple huge wins to save their NCAA tournament resume. All of a sudden, you go into South Carolina, and then you get blitzed. And I think the same thing happens with Georgia here. You got to remember, Georgia's only 2-7 on the road this season. And prior to the win over Texas, the only win that they had was a win at Georgia Tech back in November. But they've mostly been getting their teeth kicked in on the road. Now, yeah, I get it. Teams like Auburn, Texas A&M, Florida are going to be tougher than whatever South Carolina's bringing to the table. But at home, this is a South Carolina team that's been a lot more competitive. They beat Arkansas and Texas. You could have argued they should have beat Florida. They lost to Auburn by 3. So South Carolina's a different team at home, and I think they get the job done there. So give me South Carolina. I might if it shifts to where they're an underdog, I'll take the point. But if they're not, if they're going to just be like a 1-point favorite, I'll take the money line. I'm going to take. Let's see here. I'm going to take North Carolina, laying the 8. I think one of Virginia Tech's top scorers is either banged up or he's out. Toby Lawal, I think he missed the last game. If he can't go, that's big. I mean, North Carolina, they've been able to put up a lot of points lately, and I just don't think that Virginia Tech can match for a full 40 minutes. And North Carolina can ill afford anything but, a convincing victory here if they're going to make a case to get off of that first 4-out group. They're going to have to make a run in the ACC tournament as well. But, I just can't get there with Virginia Tech even catching 8 at home. I am going to take a shot on UTSA plus the 8.5. It goes back to what I've said about Memphis all along. When you expect them to perform and do well and beat up on teams they should beat, it's when they usually either play close games or put out a disappointing performance, lose outright. UTSA hasn't been great, but they have a winning record at home. Especially if this game gets to double digits. One of my favorite things to do is fade Memphis laying double digits. I think they're like a 33% cover team under Penny Hardaway laying double digits. So give me UTSA plus the 8.5. Well, we'll move on to the next time slot. We got the Wright State Raiders taking on IU Indy. We've got Tulsa Temple, Georgetown Villanova, TCU Baylor, Mississippi State Texas, Texas A&M Auburn. We've got Colorado State, San Jose State, Air Force Boise State, Oregon Indiana, Virginia Florida State, Utah West Virginia, Nevada New Mexico, Iowa State BYU, SMU Syracuse, Ohio State Nebraska, Fresno State Wyoming, Vanderbilt Arkansas, Arizona State, and UNLV San Diego State to round things out. Brad, what do you like here?
Yeah, give me ULM plus a 5.5 against the Raging Cajuns. I just don't think the Raging Cajuns are good. I've watched them play a couple times. They're horrific. They shouldn't be laying over 2 buckets against anyone, in my opinion. So give me ULM there. Give me BYU plus a 9.5 against Iowa State. I'm not sure if they win this game, but I think they keep it close. This team's just hot as hell right now. Won 6 games in a row, covered 6 in a row as well. Beating some good teams too. Beat Kansas 91-57. They beat Arizona at Arizona. I know that game was a little bit fluky with that foul there at the end, but nonetheless, it's still a solid win. Coming off a 21-point win against West Virginia. Now you're going to give me 9.5 with that team. Can't help but take it. I think their shooting abilities and their offensive abilities are able to keep them close in that one. Let's see. I'm going to take a shot here with New Mexico. Look, that line is kind of scary. Don't get me wrong. The line tells you to take Nevada, but New Mexico, in my opinion, is still the far better team than Nevada. They're the best team in the Mountain West, in my opinion. I think they're able to get the job there, even though they're on the road. And then give me Auburn. Auburn and Duke are kind of in the same picture for me. It's just at this point, just take them rather than fade them. They're just so hard right now after their 2 games. Who did they beat? Kentucky and then Ole Miss. They dominated in both those games. Texas A&M's just been on a skid lately. They haven't looked great. I think Auburn is just much better, and we'll pick up the winning cover there.
Yeah, give me Vanderbilt laying 7.5. Yeah. Speaking of, they're cooked.
Yeah, good. I was gonna start typing, make it easier for me. Go to bed. Yeah, it's
Jay.
over, Jay. I mean, yeah, you're lucky because you would have inflamed for that Saturday performance. I mean, all I did was tweet. I should have did a lot more. I mean, just absolute blowout, easy rocking chair winner on South Carolina. Go ahead. You can continue.
I just think Vandy's the better team. That weird gym, that weird layout where you got the benches on the sidelines and on the sidelines, on the end lines. And Vanderbilt 14-2 at home this season. I mean, they just beat up on Missouri. They put 97 on the Tigers. They put up 77 on Ole Miss. Arkansas has been the easiest team to trust on the road. We lost 3 straight on the road to South Carolina by 19, Auburn, and Texas A&M. I think Vanderbilt's kind of in the middle there, and I think they can at least win this one by 7, 8 points. So I'll lay the points with Vandy there. As Arkansas starts to crumble once again. Let's see here. Give me TCU plus the 3.5. I'm not the biggest fan of this Horned Frogs team, but they are 14-2 at home. Baylor 2-9 on the road, 1-8-2 against the number. They're one of the worst road teams in the country. They just have a hard time taking their talent out onto the road and competing. And I think the TCU can at least battle at home, make this maybe a 2-point game if they don't win it outright. I'm going to go with TCU plus the 3.5. Ron?
South Carolina with a blowout win on Saturday. 66-31 was the largest lead. Just what a great performance from those guys. But in this time slot, let's take Vandy. Just out of principle alone here. Gotta fade Arkansas. I mean, this team is overrated, overhyped at the beginning of the year. Weren't they ranked in the AP polls to start the season? I think they were a top 15 team. What a joke.
Arkansas?
I think so. Yeah, Arkansas.
You were talking about it yesterday. Hold on, let me pull it back up again. Arkansas was 16th.
What a joke. I mean, yes, they got injuries, but they still are. They're still priced here. I mean, Vanderbilt laying less than 10. I mean, this team's rolling right now. Coming off the overtime win, don't love that, but I think the Commodores pick up the 10-point victory. I'm going to take Syracuse. I mentioned I think SMU's overrated. I wouldn't be laying that many points with them against any team in this conference. So give me the points with the orange. I'm going to continue to fade San Jose State. They've just, they were one of the best covered teams, still are, overall this season, but they have just not been the same team recently. A lot of blowout losses. I think we see another one in this one with Colorado State. Very good home court advantage. I'm going to go head-to-head with Brad with this Auburn A&M game. I'm not the biggest fan of A&M from a long-term perspective. I don't think that they make a run, but I think this is a great spot for them. Auburn's coming off the blowout win on the road against Kentucky, 6-game win streak, one of the best teams in the country. Everybody wants to bet them. They may have some injury concerns going into this game, but beyond that, on the other side, you got A&M on a 4-game losing streak, coming off the blowout loss to Florida. This is a sell high spot on Auburn, buy low spot on A&M. Getting a very good home team at a solid price, plus the points and money line. I got to go A&M in this one. Their defense is good enough to keep this game close.
Where do we see a good home team?
A&M, very good home team. Nice home court advantage. I mean, they're one of the best in the conference.
You said good team in Texas A&M in the same sentence. I was confused.
Listen, I've been a big critic of A&M. They were overrated, but now because of this losing streak in a game that they probably would have been favored or a 1-point dog, now we're getting 4.5, 5. Keep an eye on the injury report for Auburn.
Who was it? Baker Mazzara that's injured or questionable?
I thought there was a couple of names on there.
I know Broom and Cardwell were probably good to go.
College injury reports are always sketchy.
If Broom's in, they win by 10 plus.
I'm just trying to see
10 plus.
Okay, Brad, don't start giving out 9.5 points.
Nah, take the 5.5, but you don't need to worry.
I'm just trying to see if there's Denver Jones. He's questionable. Yeah. We'll have to see. But all right, move on to the NHL. Decent sized card today. I think there's 10 games. Yeah, 10 games on the board. We got the Bruins and the Predators. We got the Lightning and the Blue Jackets. Flyers and the Flames. Got the Red Wings and the Hurricanes. Sabres, Sharks. Islanders, Jets. Got Dallas and the New Jersey Devils. We got Colorado and Pittsburgh. We got Edmonton, Anaheim, and Seattle and Minnesota. I'm gonna start things off by going with Dallas whether it's on the money line or puck line. The Devils are just far too inconsistent for my liking. Dallas is one of the best home teams in the NHL this season. So give me the Dallas Stars. I'll take them on the puck line. They're playing their best hockey at home this season. What else do I like here? I'm going to lean towards the Red Wings on the money line against Carolina. I just think Detroit's playing some decent hockey. Carolina's been really susceptible on the road this season. They're 12, 15, and 3, a 40% win on the road. This game was in Carolina. I think obviously the line would shift a little bit more towards the Hurricanes, but I can't get behind laying minus 200 with the Hurricanes on the road here. So give me Detroit and the plus money at home in this one. Ron?
Yeah, I got to fade my Islanders in this one. I think the loss yesterday was the final nail in the coffin. Oh, there he is.
What's happening? Y'all see the sky, bro? Look at the sky, bro. It looked like it's just been a beautiful day all day. Hell no, man. It's been terrible, bro. I got no internet. Just sitting here looking at the walls. It sucks. But I just came to tell y'all, woo pig suey, bro. We making the tournament. Stop hating. Saturday was a bad loss. We not running from that. But today,
terrible loss.
Today we punched our ticket to the tournament.
You're wasting your data to come and tell us this?
Yes.
What's the point of making the tournament if you have no chance?
I don't know. Just ask Texas A&M.
We're going to get healthy, and we're going to go on a run, okay? Don't doubt the Calipari boys. And I also came to say the Maple Frauds are fraudulent. Shout out to Sharks. The Islanders are hot ass. Came to say that, too. Y'all not making the playoffs. And Brad, the Magic are still on the D&B. All right, I just came to let y'all know what it was with the name. Y'all have a great day.
How much does the University of Arkansas pay you to keep up this bit this long?
Hopefully, my internet comes back within the next hour or so I can post the gems. It's already shot it, but I don't got the service to post it. So my hotspot won't do it. So it's kind of.
You on the Raptors today?
Of course, I'm on the Raptors today. Of course. Number one team on the do not bet list is the Orlando Magic. Number one.
We'll see.
Number one. Y'all might get beat outright again.
Bounce back revenge spot, your favorite.
You're not going to like my NBA segment.
Can Wagner make a layup?
He's going to make one tonight. No, that was a bad loss, though. That was a bad loss. No, they're honestly on my DNB as well. I'm not going to lie. I'm on the under in that game.
And last thing I'll say, and I'll for real get out of here. The final nail in the coffin was implemented this morning into the Dallas Mavericks, bro. And it is so sad to see. It is so sad to see. We just real life saw a team that was in the NBA Finals a season ago and was on the cusp of a dynasty literally implode in a month. In a month. They imploded. They were the 4th seed a month ago. The trade happened a month ago. They were the 4th seed. They are now the 10th seed. Kyrie Irving out for the season. Anthony Davis might as well be out for the season. It's terrible in Maverick land. Hashtag Lake Show. Lakers should air out the Pelicans tonight. A little freemium for y'all. Yeah, that's all I got for y'all today, man.
Get him out of here. Get him out.
Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Well, as I was saying, I'm going to fade the Islanders. I think the season's over. I think we should expect them to be trading Brock Nelson, Kyle Palmieri, J.G. Peugeot, amongst others, by the trade deadline. And since it's the back-to-back, it's either going to be a tired Sorokin, who did not look good yesterday, or even worse, a rested Jacob Sharek, who could be one of the worst goaltenders I've ever seen play in a professional hockey game. So I just can't see, unless the Islanders score 6 goals, they're having a chance in this one. I think they give up 5+. So I would take the Jets on the puck line.
Yeah, for the NHL slate for me, I just got like a little parlay for you guys. This one's going to be fun. It's plus 400. You're going to take not the Pelicans. The Lightning first period minus half a goal, and then the Avs first period minus half a goal as well. You parlay them up, you get plus 400. I think both those teams start off strong.
All right. Go to the NBA 9-game card today. Break it down 3 at a time. We got the Pacers and the Rockets. We got the Raptors and the Magic, and the Bucks and the Hawks. Ron?
The Magic are official, not on the DNB because I said so. Give me the Magic here.
You're part-time. You don't count.
Well, listen, I don't have a DNB. I'll bet any team. You look at my college basketball premiums from the last couple of weeks. We have taken Canisius twice, Fordham, Green Bay, some of the worst teams in college basketball. Because you can bet on good teams, you can bet on bad teams. It all depends on the number and the situation and the spot. This is a situation that's great for Orlando. Quick revenge at home. Just lost outright to Toronto. It was a competitive game. 7 points seems like a lot, but it won't be by the end of this game. I think it's going to be a double-digit win for Orlando.
Brad?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Jay here, man. I mean, this Magic team, they've killed me, and I'm kind of done with them as well for the meantime. But one thing that hasn't failed is Magic unders. I would just keep slamming the under on this team. They play great defense, but the issue with this squad is they're just not scoring. They're just not scoring. The offense looks lethargic. So yeah, I'm kind of with Jay, man. I'm taking a break from the Magic, but I do like the under in that game. Give me the Pacers all day here. Houston played last night in OKC. We all know playing OKC is no joke. Now you got to travel into Indiana, play a fast-paced team like the Pacers. Only laying 3.5 here too. I think the Pacers get the job done, get a winning cover. And then I'm going to take the Bucks. Don't love this game, but similar to to Houston, just being on the back of a back-to-back with travel after playing a tough game in Memphis, picking up that win too. I think it's a letdown spot going against Milwaukee. I think Giannis probably has a huge game. We all know the Hawks can't play a lick of defense. I think Milwaukee probably runs it up on them and gets a 10-plus point win here.
Now we got to be careful. Jay just said the S word to me. He called me a sharp chaser. And when he says those magic words, I'm like LeVar Ball in one-on-one. Never lost. So 76ers, South Carolina, sharp chaser. Let's go. Orlando Magic.
There's a losing the foot joke in there somewhere. I'm gonna take the Raptors plus the points. Not because I have Orlando on a do not bet list or anything. I like the Raptors as an underdog. And this is going to end up being a low scoring game, which I could definitely see it being. I could see the Magic getting their revenge, but I could see a 104-99 kind of win, 5-point victory for Orlando. I haven't been impressed with the Magic. I think that Toronto can at least keep it competitive. So give me Toronto plus 7. I lean towards the over in Bucks Hawks, but that's about it for me in that time slot. We'll move on to the next one with Warriors and the Knicks, Cavaliers and the Bulls, and the Timberwolves and the 76ers. Brad?
Let's see. You said Warriors, Knicks, Cavs, Bulls. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. I'm going to take a shot here with the Warriors. I just haven't liked how the Knicks have been playing lately. I know it's a tough spot for the Warriors out there playing last night, but I really liked how this team has looked since getting Jimmy Butler. And the Knicks, I just can't trust them laying this many points. I think the Knicks will be back to their, covering ways, blowing teams out. But as of late, I just haven't liked what I've seen from this team. Give me the Cavs. I mean, we always say it, if you don't have a clear, concise reason to fade this team, it's better to just take them. The Bulls, they have started to cover some spreads since returning back from All-Star break, but in their last game, they got aired out by the Pacers. Looks like their injury report is just stacked right now. I mean, Colby White's questionable, Giddey's questionable, Lonzo Ball is questionable, Vucevic looks like he's going to be out. I think you got to take the Cavs here. And then that last one, just keep fading the Sixers. I mean, laying this many points with Minnesota, it's been a death wish this season, but Sixers are horrible. I mean, they're top 5 worst team in the league at this point. This team's super bad. So I think Minnesota probably smokes them here, but probably a game I'm going to stay away from just because I don't like laying that many points with Minnesota.
Yeah, give me the Warriors here plus the points. I just like what I've seen from this Warriors team. I know it's a back-to-back spot for Golden State, but I think they can take care of business here. You know, the Knicks, yeah, they've been winning games. If you look at their last 5 wins, margins of victory by 4, 1, 5, 2, and 1. So even Golden State coming off the blowout win over Charlotte, I think they can carry that over, at least keep it close. I think 4.5 is just too many. I think a lot of this number is the Golden State Warriors record on no rest this season. I think it's 4-6 against the number, but I think the Knicks just playing a lot of close games as of late. Give me the Warriors plus 4.5. Sprinkle on the money line at plus 165. That's all I got here. Ron?
Yeah, I got to take the points with the Sixers. I mean, I just can't lay that many with a Minnesota team returning home off a long road trip, coming off the win against the Suns. I think it's a letdown spot. I think Philadelphia is still undervalued because of their record, but we've seen them covering 2 of the last 3, the outright win over the Warriors, the close game against the Knicks. So I'll take the Sixers plus the points in that one. Just way too many points.
All right, and the final time slot of the day, we got the Nets and the Spurs. We got the Clippers and the Suns and the Pelicans and the Lakers. I'm going to go with the Clippers. Don't love the fact that this line is shot so far in the Clippers' direction, but there's just no back in the Phoenix Suns. It doesn't seem to matter if this team is healthy, if they're not. They just keep finding new and creative ways to lose basketball games. The Clippers, they're for the most part healthy with, Kawhi Leonard and James Harden in the lineup. There is questions with Norman Powell, but still the Clippers have enough here. The Suns are still the worst cover team in the NBA this season, 21-39-1 against the number. I'll take the Clippers laying the 3. And I'll lean towards laying the 8.5 with the Lakers. Not when I'm rushing to bet because the Pelicans have won 4 of their last 5, but the Lakers 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. I think at the end of the day, I just trust their talent more than I trust New Orleans. And I lean towards Brooklyn as well, plus 4. I don't know if the Spurs should be laying 4 points against anybody in their current form. So give me the Nets plus the 4. Ron?
I got to go with the Pelicans plus the points, and I'm going to sprinkle on the money line as well. I think the Lakers right now are the most overvalued team in the NBA because they're already the Lakers, one of the most popular franchises. You add in Luka Doncic and his current win streak and 2 wins over their rivals in the Clippers. I just think this number's through the roof right now. Revenge game for New Orleans. They're playing much better basketball recently. Like Chris mentioned, they've won 4 of the last 5. I've covered 3 in the last 5. I got to take the points with New Orleans.
Yeah, for this slot, give me it's a lean towards the Spurs. I mean, Spurs have looked pretty bad, but now you're back home. You got Brooklyn on deck. I think they should be able to get the job done. But just a lean, though. Probably a game I'm going to stay away from. My favorite play in this game is actually De'Aaron Fox under his point total. He's sitting on his under his point total in 5 straight. And the Brooklyn Nets have just been in a part of a lot of low-scoring games. So kind of like the under there as well. I'm on the Clippers too. This team really just needs Norman Powell back. I mean, ever since they lost him, they haven't looked like the same squad. I mean, this road trip that they're on is pretty insane as well. I know they had a couple games in LA, but now they're back on the road once again. I mean, when's this team going to get a homestand? Seems like after this game. So I don't know. I'll take the Clippers here. The Suns are just still a fade for me. Pretty much any chance I can get at this point, just with how bad they've been ATS. And then I'm going to ride the Lakers again. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Ron, but this team's hot as hell right now. I know it's probably they're going to slow down at some point, but I mean, if they could do that back-to-back nights against the Clippers, I feel like they should be able to do it against New Orleans, who is on this road trip. Yeah, lean towards the Lakers, but I do feel like the Lakers hype train is going to end soon, but I just don't think it's going to be tonight.
Go ahead, you square.
Hey, it is what it is. The square. If you've been betting on the Lakers lately, you've been cashing in. It's as simple as that.
For sure.
Yep.
But you're not laying 2 or getting 2 anymore with these weird injury reports. You gotta show up and lay some points now.
Yeah, I'm fine with laying some lumber.
All right.
Have fun taking the Pelicans.
I will. Fly, Pelicans, fly.
All right. Yeah. You see this hat, Ron? You like it?
Hey, my 76ers hat from Jay it's delivered today. So tomorrow you'll see my new red hat.
We do need to make another hat, but I'm definitely not gonna do it on this Lakers game, but it's gonna be one of these shows.
I know you don't. You're afraid. If I were you, I would take the one and call it a life.
I was kind of thinking about the Auburn Texas A&M one, but I think I made let that one pass too.
Yeah, we'll see. Something that we're really passionate about.
Yeah, like Loyola Marymount Santa Clara.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gonzaga, St. Mary's in the championship of the West Coast.
Oh yeah. I'm in for that.
Can Pelicans fly?
That's a good question, Ron.
A little bit, yeah. What do you think? They're just walking around?
I don't know.
Pelicans fly.
I think they
I'm thinking around. I'm thinking of flamingos. That's true because the Pelicans logo looks like it's flying.
Yeah, like penguins.
Yeah, this is true. Penguins just slide on their belly like I do down the stairs. Ron, what do you got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Yeah, well, Raul, if you're fading Ron every day, you're really struggling out there these days because I'm red hot. 13-2 in my last 15. Not just a short-term success, but also last 12 months over 5,000 of profit. So check it out at Pick Dogs Premium. We got my bank shot best bet, my 3-pack, my top 3 plays in basketball, NHL play of the night as well.
Brad, what do you got for sale today?
Yeah, I got a 5-pack for sale if you want all my plays. 3 college basketball, 2 NBA. Coming off a sweep last night. We've hit on our pick of the day in 4 straight days as well. So if you want my best pick today, $19 at the site. That's been very profitable over the last couple weeks. But team me up with Ron, team me up with Chris. Try something long term. We're about to cash in this week.
And for me, I got my $15 college hoops play of the day. Like I mentioned earlier, we got clipped up with the Northwestern Wildcats yesterday on that chaotic finish. But we're going to come back today. Still cashed in 14 of our last 21. So 66% hit rate the last 3 weeks. So make sure that you jump on that. Also got my blowout winner from today that we cashed yesterday with Duke. So hopefully we'll do that again. Got my dog of the day, or I got all 3 of those in a 3-pack, those 3 standalone plays. Got a bunch of plays on there for long-term subscribers. We're going to have a 3-pack for NHL as well. So like Brad said, pair us up. You can even go with 3-pack and multi-capper promotion. You can use the promo code PICK at checkout and get 15% off. But it's about that time. I'm not
parlay.
There you go.
Hey, you're getting better with that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brad.
Sounds like Frank Sinatra.
Let's hear you do it.
Even though you called me square today, you're getting better at that.
Let's hear you sing it, Brad.
Parlay.
Okay.
Yeah, Ron, it's you.
My parlay first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Let's go with the easiest one on the board, New Orleans Pelicans, plus the points. Then the second easiest, the Philadelphia 76ers, plus the points. And then the third easiest, the Texas A&M Aggies, plus the points.
Well, parlay was nice while it lasted. Brad?
Yeah, this is the fade, the Ron Romanelli parlay. We're going Lakers, alt spread, minus 9.5. Just a point.
Oh,
just extra
spread.
Point. Just extra point.
Going out on a limb there, Brad.
Yeah. Just extra
Come
point.
on.
Juice up the odds a little bit more, and then Auburn minus 5.5. Easy.
Good God. All right. I'm going to break you 2 up. I'm just going to be Switzerland. I'm going to go neutral here. I'm just going to stay away from that. Give me North Carolina laying the 8, UTSA plus 8.5, and Vanderbilt minus 7.5. Anything else for you guys today?
Check out 7 free picks in just 5 minutes. We've been hot as hell with that show lately. I think it's 32-10 in the last 6 days. So it's been solid.
Yeah, I'll have the wraparound up very, very, very shortly. Just got to record it after the show, but it'll be up. But Ron, anything?
No, nothing for me. David Peterson looked great in spring training yesterday. 3 innings, 5 Ks. Not too happy about that, I got to say.
I'm not happy that I've heard the words David Peterson on March 4th. So
it was against the Marlins, so let's pump the brakes a little bit. But
they were terrible against lefties last year, weren't they?
I think so. Yeah, I think they were like historically bad.
Okay, well, maybe we don't read too much into it then. But all right, thank you everyone for joining us. Appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, check out the videos of Pick Dogs. Got Ron's bank shot breakdown, Brad's 7 free picks like he mentioned. So I'm gonna have the wrap roundup. We got videos for all the games today, and make sure that you check out the video for Mitch's celebration of life. We're getting closer and closer to that. 10 a.m. Vegas time on the 19th. So just 2 weeks tomorrow, in the lobby of the Aria, we're gonna have a casino crawl. So. Make sure you guys come check that out. We're all going to be there. And yeah, we're going to have a good time. So, but, we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Do the Hawks play tomorrow?
No, they're on a back-to-back, second of a back-to-back tonight. So
Okay.
I doubt they have 3 in a row.
Yeah, no, they don't. No, yeah. There's 8-game card tomorrow, but none of them are the there you go, 9:15 a.m. at the Aria, but the crawl starts at 10. So, alrighty. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Appreciate each and every one of you. Make it a winning day. I can tell you for sure I will not be acting more professional tomorrow. Guaranteed.